Stoners, welcome to another edition of Sticks and Stones. I am your host, Brent Elrod, coming to you from the cozy confines here on the patio at the No Shoes Bar and Grill, deep in the heart of the Republic of Texas. I have a wonderful show lined up for you today. I am pairing a Padron Series 1926, number 47, Robusto, with Tullibardine 12-year-old Highland single malt Scotch, a Scotch that I have not tried before. I think it's going to be a great matchup, so right after this, we're going to pop the cork, cut the stick, and get to toasting. Now, Padron is one of, if not the most well-known names in the premium cigar world. This expression is the 1926 number 47 Maduro. The shape is a Robusto. It's 5.5 by 50 on the ring gauge. It is a Puro with filler, binder, and wrapper, all from Nicaragua. Now on the nose, I get leather, something along the lines of hay or barnyard, a little bit of espresso with just a hint of sweetness. Let's go ahead and give this cigar a cut and test out the cold draw. Now the cold draw, I'm getting a little leather, a hint of earthiness, maybe some like fresh cut grass, the lawn kind. Roasted coffee beans, and maybe just a hint of spice. Now visually, this stick is a medium dark brown. It is a little roughly rolled, but it has almost invisible seams, a double cap, minimal veining, and maybe just a hint of tooth. Now, many of you may not be familiar with Tullibardine. The history as a location for brewing and distilling is one of the oldest in Scotland. The story starts back in the 15th century, around 1488, when King James IV of Scotland stopped by to purchase beer from the local brewery while he was en route to his coronation. The brewery was known for producing a very fine beer as a result of the local water source. Now, by 1503, the king had granted them a royal charter. In 1947, William Delma Evans converted the brewery into a distillery and began producing Scotch. Now, this 12-year-old expression is the signature single malt for the U.S. market. It's aged 12 years in first fill ex-bourbon casks for a minimum of 12 years. The mash bill is 100% malted barley. It's 40% alcohol by volume, so 80 proof. Let's give it a pour and see what it smells and tastes like. Love that sound. All right, now on the nose, it's kind of a really delicate balance of like floral notes, some creamy vanilla, and maybe just a real gentle sweetness. There is, to my nose, absolutely no alcohol in the nose at all. And maybe just a hint of peat and earth, but not much. All right, on the palate. The palate is soft. It's got kind of a creamy toffiness to it. I pick up some like shortbread cookies, maybe just a hint of citrus and fruitiness. And something along the lines of maybe a freshly baked meringue pie, possibly lemon. That is actually a pretty good Scotch, considering it's one I'd never heard of before. Now, visually, it is a very, very light golden color. It's hard to even come up with something that would be this light. Maybe a light beer or extra light. It's just a very delicate, lightly colored gold color. That's pretty good. Now let's go ahead and fire up our stick. See how these two go together. When you're lighting your stick, for those that may be a little bit new to cigars, make sure that you keep your torch lighter 2 to 3 inches away from the tip of the cigar so that you don't overheat it. You don't want to mess up the experience. It's a really good volume of smoke coming out, not just overwhelming, but also not too light either. Kind of just right. I'll apologize right now for any noise in the background. It is a little windy here on the patio at the No Shoes Bar and Grill. Now on the light, the Padron 1926 is offering me some spice, something along the lines of like a semi-sweet chocolate, a little bit of cedar, and some black pepper. Now let's give them a try together. Those go pretty well together. The toffee and the shortbread and the sweetness from the Scotch is blending really well with the chocolate and the cedar from the stick. This could turn out to be a really, really good pairing. Of course, when you're talking about the Padron 1926, I mean, it's going to bring its A game every time. Oh yeah, those are really good together. All right, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to burn this down to about the halfway mark, and then I will come back and give you an update. Hey Stoners, I am back, and this pairing is still holding together very, very well. At the halfway mark, the stick has brought in some cocoa, still got some spice and cedar, black pepper there. The roasted coffee beans has kind of backed off to just brewed coffee, and then it's brought in some notes of maybe roasted peanuts. The Tullibardine is holding right in there with the Padron. They're going very well together. Both have a relatively short finish. Within seconds after either taking a puff of the stick or taking a drink of the spirit, the flavor profile is gone, and there's basically no aftertaste left in your mouth. That's not a bad thing. I'm not complaining. I feel like you could walk away from this stick and somebody that doesn't have a really good nose might not even know you had smoked a cigar or drank some scotch. And I actually am really enjoying that. It lets you take every puff and every sip individually. There's nothing left over from the puff or the sip before. So I'm going to go ahead and burn this the rest of the way down, and I will come back and give you my final thoughts. Hey, Stoners, I am back. We are down to the band, and the glass is empty. This was a really, really good matchup. The cocoa and the light sweetness from the stick mixed well with the toffee and the shortbread and the pie and the spirit. Both were not overpowering and went very delicately together. I enjoyed the fact that both had a fairly short finish. It added to the pleasure of the combination. Now the stick is a little pricey, about $425 a box on CI. The spirit, however, is very budget friendly with about $40 for a fifth. I would give the stick a 98 out of 100 matchsticks. I think the Padron 1926 is an excellent cigar. You should definitely try it. I would give the Tullibardine 12-year-old an 89 out of 100 whiskey stones. It is an excellent whiskey, excellent scotch, almost no smoke, no peat. I don't know that it's, quite up there with the Glenmorangie and Glenfiddich and like that, but it's very close. It's a very, very good scotch. You definitely should try it. That is it for this episode. I hope you have enjoyed it as much as I have enjoyed bringing it to you. Be sure to hit like, subscribe, share, notify to keep up when I'm dropping new content. Leave me comments and let me know your thoughts. I love hearing from you guys. You can find me on Instagram, Spotify, Pandora, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Facebook, Getter, Truth Social. I am pretty much everywhere. But until we get to be together again, keep your sticks dry and your stones cold, and have a great day.